Hey! You are listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Got to take care of a few things before we jump into this week's episode. First, our Ramping Isometrics for BJJ program. It is a 12-week program, all laid out for you. It's going to help you build strength and cardio in the fastest, safest, and most convenient way possible. This is how James and I have been training for the past year, and we love it. So we put this program together so you can just follow along, and we are certain you will see and feel the benefits that we do. It's only $15. Just go to grumpyguybjj.com, click the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll find it. Next, R3. This is our K2 D3 supplement. It is a combination of those two vitamins, D3 and K2. These are two vitamins that James and I have been taking for a long time that really help us recover from hard training sessions. And for only $15 with free shipping, you get a whole month's supply. I was going to pull up some studies explaining the benefits of D3 and K2, but I'm not going to insult your intelligence and pretend to be a fucking scientist. I take it. It helps me recover. That's it. So for $15, check it out. And last but certainly not least, we have partnered up with Jiu-Jitsu.com. They have a ton of awesome BJJ instructionals, and they have hooked us up with a discount code for our listeners. It's Grumpy10. So what you got to do is you go to Jiu-Jitsu.com, which is DIGITSU.com. Find the instructionals you want, throw them in a shopping cart. In the little discount code box, you type in Grumpy10, which is just GRUMPY and the number 10. 10. That's it. No spaces. Boom. You get 10% off. You're up and running. They got a nice app you can download on your phone. That way you can take your instructionals right to the gym with you, watch the technique, drill it. It's a pretty sweet setup. So once again, DIGITSU.com. Discount code Grumpy10, GRUMPY10. Simple as that. To find all this stuff I just got done talking about, go to our website, grumpyguybjj.com. Click the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner. There, you'll subscribe to our newsletter for podcast updates. You'll find links for the Ramping Isos program, the R3 Recovery Supplement, and then under the Programs and Products tab, you'll find a link to Jiu-Jitsu.com. And let's be honest, if you guys can't figure out how to navigate a website by now, there's nothing I can do to help you. So quit fucking around, check it out, train hard, and let's get into this week's episode. And boom.
Here we are.
Hi.
Hi.
We got a new puppy.
Yes.
His name is Ajax,
Yes.
but we call him Jax for short.
There you go. That's the whole podcast.
That's the big news of the podcast right there.
We can go home now.
No.
So, no?
No.
Okay. That's good. So, yeah, this is a special update because this is not just a Pokemon. This is a Pokemon and a puppy update. So, we went and got a puppy. Was it 2 days ago? So Thursday?
Yeah.
Yep. Drove to Moab. Pick him up. Drove back home.
His name was Purple, or since he was born on Easter, some people called him Wabbit.
Yeah, they give him just some sort of name at the shelter. And they don't always stick like Frank.
Yeah.
So,
well, it was Sinatra.
Right, no, exactly. It fits him a little bit.
Him,
yeah. Like Wabbit was just because it was an Easter puppy. But the people that had him just called him Purple because they had all the dogs with different colored collars on. And so they just called him by their name. Yeah. So we called him Purple for a few hours.
Speaking of that, here he is.
Speak of the devil. Here he is.
Oh yeah, and also he has a blue collar, and a chew toy that we got for him is purple, which is his first collar, and blue, which is his second collar.
So yes, we will do our best to keep him from creating technical difficulties, but if
sure
something goes wrong with the podcast, it's the puppy's fault.
It's the puppy's fault.
But so yeah, we've got a new puppy, 8 weeks old. Looks like a little Akka.
Exactly like a little Akka, just a little different fur texture.
Yeah,
that's about it, man.
Yeah,
but feel his head.
Yeah, it's soft. So, all right. So you want to give us the Pokemon update? Mm-hmm. What do we got today on the Pokemon update?
It's a Gengar GX.
Well, I like Gengars. I can draw a good Gengar.
Let me see what the Gengar looks like. Sweet.
Actually, and I also have a GX Pokemon card that does only 10 plus damage, which is a little maddening because GX cards usually do like 100 something or 200.
Huh.
I'm sure it has some strengths in some other ways, but
The Gengar EX has 170 hit points. It's a psychic type, and it's a basic. Its attacks are night attack, which does 0 damage, and dark corridor.
yeah, corridor.
Dark corridor, which does 60 damage. Its weakness is darkness types, and its resistance is fighting types.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. I like Gengars. They're like giant,
And it's rare, of
spiky
course.
purple balloons with an evil smile.
And with red eyes.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course, it's a rare.
he's got a How to Draw Pokemon book. I think I showed you. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one. But anyways, yeah, Gengar is the one I could figure out how to draw. Do the Bob Ross of Pokemon. Happy little Gengars.
You could also draw Snorlax.
I did draw a Snorlax too, didn't I?
Really
That's
good.
Right. That's right.
I was good at drawing Garfield the cat when I was a kid. Remember
Yeah,
that?
I do. Yeah.
I think I had a.
I had a few friends who could do that.
Yeah, it was pretty simple, and I think I probably had a how-to.
Right.
How to draw Garfield Nodie.
Yeah. Still though, man, can make a Garfield appear out of nowhere. I like Garfield. I don't know why. Looking back, man, it's like
That's a cool cartoon.
it's like why though? You got this fat cat that likes to eat lasagna.
Yeah, which is so
And-
random.
Yeah, and is
And he was
like
kind of-
really mean to the dog
Odie was just kind of dopey.
and kind of mean to his owner.
Yep.
Like honestly, it's
I
like
don't
what
know.
was so funny about that
I don't know.
cartoon, man?
But I love the cartoon strip.
Yeah.
I had the books.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. There was something about it that was funny.
Anyways.
It was no Far Side, but
No.
And also there are mice that Garfield does not chase. And
That's
one
right.
of them are their friend.
That's
is
true.
his friend.
You know about Garfield? You've read some Garfield comics?
And
they have a Garfield cartoon.
The Garfield cartoon?
And they watch the cartoon.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's like a newer one, but it's Garfield.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got Nermal. Remember the cute little
Oh,
cat, the annoying one.
Yeah, the girl
Yep.
cat. Yep.
Yeah. Well, not the girl cat. It was like a little kitten. But
Yeah.
it was like he's real cute and annoying.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was
That's,
like,
not that's not what I was thinking.
Yeah, I remember the girl cat. I forget.
Well, yeah, there was like a girl cat that was.
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Just because you had to have your token, just to make sure no one thought he was gay. So. Anyways, not there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
No. But yeah, the girlfriend. It was one of those things. He didn't really have a girlfriend.
But it kind of was the.
Every once in a while, they would throw in this like girl cat,
Female
because
cat.
it fit the
I
storyline.
can kind of picture it in my head.
Yeah. Yep. Me too. All right, man. Anything else? I think your puppy's waiting for you out
Yep.
there.
You better go
Yeah.
keep an eye on the puppy.
You actually called him my puppy.
Well, you know what I mean, man. It's the
Yeah.
family's puppy, which means he's your puppy and my puppy and mommy's puppy and Tita's puppy.
Yep.
So he's everybody's puppy in our own way. He's not more or less. Okay, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
Love you.
Good luck. All right.
All right. So, cool.
Here we
Puppy.
are. You got your work cut out
If
for
he
you.
wants to hang out there, just let him hang out, all right? You got to go take your shower and all that stuff anyways. He may be getting kind of tired, wants to rest. That's like the hardest thing. Dude, it's so funny. The dog will be like conked out to sleep, and Z will come up and he'll pet him. And, and the dog's like, look around, and Z's like, he's up! It's like, no, man, look at him. You can see the dog. He's still like, oh, he's ready to pass back out.
Yeah,
And
he's
like,
knocking out there right now. I
Yeah.
can see him through the door.
it's like, hey, man, just because he lifts his head up and looks around does not mean that he's up. So, that's kind of like I said, been the hardest part. Is
yes.
He's so enthusiastic about it. I don't want to like squash that, but I don't want him to do stuff that's going to be negative for the dog.
Right.
Or teach the dog bad habits or get the dog learning. Because, I want him to like Z. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. It's like, I got to get him to figure out, dogs don't like you because you make them like you.
They have to.
Yeah, they like you because of how you treat them. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, this guy, like,
gives me love, gives me toys. And
food, thinks about, exactly. It's like sometimes it's about looking at the dog and saying, like, oh, well, the dog's tired. I'm going to leave him alone rather than, I want the dog to be my friend, so I'm going to give him a toy. It's because, and so anyways, we're getting that figured out. It's a process. It is. It is a process. It's not just a puppy. Dude, Snakey's coming for you, bro.
He already tried to get you.
He was eyeing you up.
as long as that lid is on top of that crate, I'm good.
Yeah, that was funny, man. He came flying out of that rock. Was super aggressive. He was like perched up on that branch, like looking at us. Then noticed the fish below him and just
dove off that branch.
Dove down and dive bombed in and snatched one up. Yeah.
Dude, I saw a spider the other day at work. This thing, no exaggeration, like the body of it wasn't too big. I mean, I really don't have much to compare the size of it. But the legs, I mean, it was decent size. It was definitely bigger than what a normal spider you see on a regular basis. But the legs of this thing, like if I would have put that thing in the palm of my hand, it would have easily taken up the palm of my hand.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Holy crap.
Freaked me out. Let him be.
Like, let him be.
Let him be, buddy.
Think about what kind of bugs that thing catches.
Yeah, but it was pretty creepy looking, man.
Yeah. Did you know that, fun fact, that dragonflies are carnivorous? And they eat mosquitoes. And
Dragonflies?
Dragonflies.
Eat mosquitoes?
Yes. They're carnivorous.
I've never really thought about what they do eat. Makes sense. They're higher up the food chain. I guess I don't know what else they would eat.
Yeah. Well, they're nasty little, like, they're one of those bugs, like they start out as something in the water.
Like a larvae?
Yeah, some sort of larva in the water. Yeah, thank you for the term. I couldn't pop it out there. And they're nasty little fucking things. Like they eat fish and like they look crazy. Like they look like something from the Wrath of Khan, like something you fucking drop in the air to control someone. Like they look gnarly. And but yeah, those things turn into dragonflies, so it makes sense. Like they are carnivorous as larvae. So they just keep eating shit. When they grow wings, now they're like, yeah, boy.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
There's quite a few insects that are pretty creepy. They eat a lot of shit. And we just have to be thankful that we're so much bigger than they are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because if not, we'd be in trouble.
Dude.
Kind of like house cats. It's
right.
a good thing we're a lot bigger than they are.
Well, man, I've been reading that America Before, the Graham Hancock book. And, he talks about, like, the fucking megafauna that used to be here. Like, yeah, there used to be things that we're very glad they're not around. Like, we're bigger than most things we need to be worried about. And, yeah, spiders and shit like that and snakes are definitely one of them. But, yeah, it's some fucking creepy shit. Dude, that jumping spider we've got is just... I'm going to have to clean up the corner of that cage.
You guys still got him, huh? He's still alive and kicking?
Apparently, we came across a website. We asked a question. What was it? How do you tell, like, a male or female... from a male and female spider or jumping spider, and there's a website called myjumpingspider.com. So apparently jumping spiders are a semi-popular pet, and it makes sense. Like they're easy as hell to take care of, and you can just feed them and watch them freaking pounce on shit and eat it. It's pretty entertaining. It's kind of like Snakey. Yeah. So we catch flies. It's awesome. Like, that's the best thing. Because, dude, what is worse than flies? I hate flies.
Buzzing around in your house, dude.
I hate flies. So, like, being able to catch one, Z's got these little, like, scissor things with the little, like, plastic ball on the end so you can...
Like a little plastic cup?
Yeah, plastic cup, like 2 plastic cups so you can catch shit with it. And so, yeah, we use it to catch the flies and then release them in the cage. Man, that is no better feeling than releasing a fat fly that's been buzzing your head and... You're just like, dude, yes, snap, boom, get him, Wolfie.
Well, Wolfie Do they have to be alive for him to eat, or
Yeah.
do you drop a dead one in there? Well, he won't eat it. He likes to kill it.
Yeah, he wants to kill it. Yeah, and it's funny. We found out he's not a wolf spider; he's a jumping spider. My mistake. I thought it was a wolf spider, but they're very different things.
So is his name changed to Jumpy?
No, we like Wolfie.
Wolfie. Right.
Yeah, I like Wolfie.
Wolfie's better than Jumpy.
Yeah, I think so.
It's cool.
Wolfie the jumping spider. It has a little bit of a story behind it. That's my ignorance and assumptions, but whatever.
If you say it with confidence, no one knows any better to correct
Yeah,
you. Like, no,
exactly.
no, James, I believe that is a jumping spider.
I know. It's like,
Sure, whatever,
man. It's also known as this. So shut the fuck up. In Oklahoma, we call them everything. So I'm pretty sure, like, when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure that's what I got told. Like, I didn't just, like, make that up. So I'm pretty sure someone in my past misinformed me, and I've just carried that ignorance forward.
There's so much ignorance like that. It's
Right?
just carried forward generation after generation until we came upon Google.
Right, yeah, so
And
you can check it.
It has righted a lot of wrongs. So much old bullshit. Remember, it just got passed down, and you just took it for granted.
Yeah.
Because your dad or your uncle, somebody told you, and you're
it's
like,
a wolf spider, man.
like, oh, okay.
No, it's not. It's a jumping spider. Wolf spiders are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're good. He's a good pet. They'll eat worms. That was the question, I think, was will they eat worms? And the answer is yes.
So have you tried this? Have you caught a worm put in there yet?
Man, I think we had one, but they'll eat crickets too. He's eating grasshoppers. We thrown some small grasshoppers in there. He's taking them out. Like, I think he'll eat pretty much whatever he can get. Whatever he thinks he can take down, he'll go for.
Nice.
And yes, so
You just got to make sure you don't accidentally put something in there that can take him down.
right, exactly. Because I didn't think about it. Because they said in the answer for there's all sorts of info in this. Right, there's one question I found out. There's a myjumpingspider.com, and I found out that they'll eat worms, and it said also found out that they'll eat crickets and something else because they said that unlike crickets, they can't injure worms can't injure like a molting spider, so apparently they molt as well. So dude, my fucking knowledge base like expanded 1,000% right there. It's like, okay, this is a fucking jumping spider and there's a website about it.
Don't feed him crickets when he's molting.
Right, they will molt. Fun fact, things can injure them, so keep that in mind. And they'll eat pretty much whatever they can get their hands on. Or their legs.
Their legs.
Yeah.
I guess.
So
Interesting.
it is, man. Nature's interesting. It's brutal,
It is brutal. It's very brutal.
but it does it in a cool way. This is my view.
When you're the one controlling the death and chaos,
Well,
it's in a cool way.
yeah, I guess so. That is true. So perspective is everything.
It is.
It is everything. So speaking of perspective, you've had some Wim Hof experience. So
I
now
have.
you have some
I'm,
perspective on it.
Finishing up, I just believe week 2. I think. Yep. I dig it. Yeah, still, I'm like, obviously a rookie at it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of learning, experimenting, with the breath holds, the cold, the figuring out exactly, I'm sure it's kind of personal preference, but like how much you want to, in Wim's words, charge your body up before you can endure the cold, what it takes, and then the feeling you can get. So, I've been playing that with the cold showers.
Yeah.
My homework this week was putting your hands in the bucket of ice. I've done that a couple of times now.
For
throughout
2
the
minutes?
week. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The first time, it hurt, but I trusted Wim.
Yes.
I did. I just didn't pull my hand out.
His explanation made a lot of sense.
Like this is gonna hurt, but I'm not gonna lose a limb. You know what I mean? Like, no big deal.
I'm fine.
Just deal with it.
Yep.
And so the first time I think I did my left hand first, and then my bucket just wasn't big enough for both hands. So I did my left hand, then I did my right hand. And then I did it again the next day or, a day or two in between, and significantly easier.
Yeah.
And I found with the cold, if I do like one round of the Wim Hof prior, and then what I've really found is, I don't even go for like a long time. Just, exhale, hold the breath for maybe a minute, a minute and a half or something. Just, and then that breath, the inhale and the hold and pressurizing your system afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'm doing it, but I think about shoving the blood out into my hands and my feet. I don't really know if that's happening, but that's what I think about. And so I kind of carry that over to when I'm doing the cold. So, sometimes I'll do, like, I put my hand in the cold and I'll do a little, like, 10 Wim Hof breaths and then pressurize my system and try to shove the blood into my hand, whether I'm doing it or not.
Yeah.
And maybe it just takes my mind off of it, but it's no big deal. Like, it really, like, the second or third time I've done it, it's like, man. Yeah. So I think today after training, it'll be a good time to do it. I got a couple 5-gallon buckets at home.
Nice.
I'm going to fill them up with some water and some ice and stick my legs in there, feet. I mean, it'll probably only go part way up my calf, but it's going to hurt. Yeah. It's going to be real good and cold. But be good training. Yeah. So I'm going to do that today.
Nice.
Concentrate on the main. Because I can probably say if I do 2 buckets at once, I can do both feet. And I could probably do like horse stance at the same time.
Right,
and
yeah.
True Wim Hof.
Yeah. See? I know, I've already been thinking about, I got to get next time I buy a house, it's going to have a house or a shower big enough for me to do horse stance in the shower.
This conversation.
You have to listen to it next week.
I know.
But yeah, so I like it, man.
I knew you would.
I don't know what the long-term benefits are going to be from it, but just taking the time to sit down and do almost every morning, I do 4 rounds of the breathing. And sometimes that's it. I do that, and then go do my workout. Whether it's there's been a couple days this week to where I do 4 rounds of the breathing, and then I go do some full isometric routine. Dude, you feel good after that.
Yeah.
Man, you feel really good.
Yeah.
And then even whether you do the Wim Hof, then you go do some other exercises, but the Wim Hof and the isometrics together.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I told you, man. There's something.
There's something to it.
Yeah, something there.
Like I feel like I get done with that and I just feel charged up, ready to go. And
yeah. Well, what's interesting is as you get into it, like horse stance is basically, an isometric hold, and, they talk about holding like planks and high planks and stuff. And so, there's this, it's frustrating because it's like so many other programs, like there's isometrics in it, but they don't really quite like grasp it and fully utilize it, I think, to its full potential. And so, combining the Wim Hof breathing with the kind of the isometric stuff that, we're doing, it's a little more, I guess, involved. Mm-hmm. But, there's, I think, definitely something there. And even from a science point, like I said, the study that I came across that talked about the isometrics increasing your enzymes that are responsible for aerobic metabolism. So basically increases your cell's ability to utilize the oxygen that you take in. And it's like, well, with the Wim Hof thing, you're trying to at like a cellular level, when you're doing those breath holds, that's what you need. Like the more efficiently your body can utilize the oxygen that it has and that it has stored up, then the better. So like doing the isometrics and the Wim Hof breathing is like kind of attacking the whole problem from 2 different angles. So, yeah. Yeah,
I had one morning to where I did the Wim Hof, I did full isometric, workout, and then I jumped in and took a cold shower. It felt good. Like that cold shower, man, I'll do that at night. I get home from work and I don't jump right into the cold. I start out with it warm. You slowly get used to like having a colder shower, but and I go through my routine and I can crank that thing as cold as it'll go. I charge myself up first to the point to where I get basically high. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah. But you feel charged. Charged is probably a better way to say it.
Yeah.
And then you just crank that thing to cold, and dude, I can stay in there as long as I want, and it's relaxing. Like you feel like even you think doing it at night might keep you up.
Yeah.
But man, I do that. I mean, I'm not jumping right into bed after that, but fairly soon after, like it helps. It kind of like. I don't know what it does. It's hard to explain, but it really relaxes you. And you just feel good. You're like, oh, all right, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. It feels good. I've been using the showers, the cold showers and stuff. Just like you said, like you think about, when do I want to feel? So like before going into class to coach, sometimes I'll do one because it gets me charged up. But like doing it after training, it actually helps me relax. So it's interesting. It kind of like helps you with whatever you need. But I think on some level you're resetting your nervous system, you're resetting your hormonal and internal environment. And, we just get, as things start to build up and get acidic and inflammation stuff and all those things start to pile up, like just that ability to reset that helps you with whatever you're doing. Just your body can function better with wherever it's at in the day. And so it's weird. Like, it does some specific things, but I think that's what it's really doing, is just allowing your body to actually function like it's supposed to. Like when you're constantly in this, acidic, inflamed state, it's like, you're trying to function with the parking brake on. Mm-hmm. It's like having tight hip flexors and trying to run or whatever. Most people have heard that, analogy. It's like trying to, you're working against yourself. You got this tight muscle on the front and you're needing the muscles on the back to be explosive. And it's like trying to drive with the parking brake on. Like, yeah, you can do it if you force it and you hit the gas hard enough, but it's not the most efficient way to do it. And it's not what's best for the system over the long term. And so I kind of think about it that way with what that's doing, is it's helping take the parking brake off of your system from like just a metabolic standpoint.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, like there's definitely a reset going on, man. Like you're charged up, and like using the word high, it's funny, man, because there's so many just weird connotations with that word. But that is what it is. Like what is high? Like you take a drug, and when they say you're high, like you're basically in an altered state of consciousness. Like you've taken something and this chemical has changed your internal environment and altered your state. And so the way that your brain and body and everything is perceiving reality changes because of that different internal environment. I mean,
I'd agree.
Yeah, you drink alcohol, smoke weed, take pills, whatever that is. Something is changing that. Well, what you're doing with the breathing is you're still doing that. Like you're definitely entering an altered state of consciousness. Mm-hmm. Like the way that your body and brain is perceiving the world when it is in that hypercharged, with the adrenaline pumping and all that stuff from the breath holds, and like when you're in that hypercharged state, that's not my normal state that I just walk around every day in, man. It's different. And so like I would say, like technically, yeah, you're high. Like that is that, and like from just like the technical standpoint, or that, yeah, you are entering an altered state of consciousness, but in this time you're doing it as opposed to having some external thing do it. And yeah, I like it, man.
I do. I really, the breath, it's amazing how good the breath hold feels. For me, like the minute to minute and a half is like the Goldilocks zone. If I'm not trying to go for time or really push myself, like if I just go for like a minute and a half, like it just feels good.
Yeah,
it really does. And then for me to get past like the minute and a half, because you start getting that tightness in your chest, and so you really gotta like relax. It's almost like it's weird. Like I think about. It feels strange talking about this shit because until you do it, it just seems kind of fucking.
Yeah, I know.
It really does. But I think about if I really relax, like my sinuses and my throat, and my mouth, it's almost like air just kind of leaks in. Like I know I'm not breathing. I'm definitely not breathing. I'm really trying to do it. But if you relax enough, it's almost as if like even I'm not sitting in front of a fan shoving air into my face, but it almost feels like, oh, there's more oxygen in my system.
Yeah.
I don't need to breathe yet.
Right.
Just relax.
Yes.
And then you'll get past that initial tightness. And then eventually the tight once you hit like 2 minutes, the longest I've gone, I'd have to look. I think I made it like 2:45 the other day, 2:50 or something. I'd have to look. I don't think I've hit 3 minutes yet. But once you hit like 2:30, that tightness really, and then that starts getting to be like a different thing at that point.
Right, yeah.
You get that other second tightness coming in, and it's like, oh.
Well, you start to feel the difference between like your body's initial reaction to the CO2 buildup and an actual need to breathe. Mm-hmm. And again, if you don't explore that, how do you know the difference?
You don't know what it feels like. Yeah. And how to react to it.
Yeah, that initial tightness feels like I need to breathe. Like, I gotta breathe. And if I breathe, it makes it go away. But then you realize, like, oh, wait a minute. that's not actually my signal that I need to breathe. Like if I can just relax and get past this.
I do the same thing you just did, like kind of like wiggle your shoulders around and like just some real slow head nods.
Start like wiggling my head.
Yeah, same thing.
Dude, you know what helps too is at least with me is I'll take my arms and
I was just doing that the other actually just yesterday.
Yeah,
and it was the first time, I don't know why I started. I was seated and I was I was getting in a real tight spot. And again, I just kind of put my hands up like you do in yoga.
Yeah.
You reach to the sky and then bring your hands down to your chest. Like, and I would relax and I took it real slow, like take my hands up and it started getting aware of the tightness. And I just brought them back down.
Yeah.
Same thing. I don't know why I decided to do that. And
I
just started doing it.
Yeah, man. Like moving around and wiggling a little bit and trying to like find that some more space, because I feel like the tension it represents an inefficient space in your breathing. Because it feels like if you work it out, it goes away. But to work, like you literally kind of have to like move your position a little bit and loosen something up to have that happen. Well, that changes your structure, and I find like that's why like my last, my third and fourth round are so much better than my first and second one is because by the time I get to there, I've loosened up.
Kind of warmed up, so to speak.
Yeah, like I just feel like my body's in a much better position to take oxygen in. And so I'm able to get way deeper with my breathing on those last rounds because of that. And that's where it ties in, like I said, where like those are your postural muscles, those are your breathing muscles. Like it's literally forcing you or allowing you the opportunity, I guess, to just focus on those things, and we never do that, and they're so stinking important. Like those are the foundation for everything. So, I'll be interested when you train today, like how you feel, just because you're gonna, your breathing is you've been training it, right? So it's gonna change, like how you apply it to what you're doing is gonna be different, and so I'll be like. How you feel rolling and stuff like that.
I went in and trained on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah?
So I ended up having Tuesday off, so I went in Tuesday at noon.
Okay.
And we did some up, down, out. So I did a few rounds because it was a deep, that noon class that Kevin was teaching. He taught a really good class too, man. It was nice. We did some like collar sleeve shit, so like his bread and butter, what he really likes to do.
Yeah.
Then we did some up, down, out with it. And then I only had time for one round. With Kevin because I had to go see my shooting coach, my gunsmith guy. But like even then, like I felt good, like wind wise.
Yeah.
Like I was just even when the pace would start getting going, I'd catch myself like breathe, like not in tune with my breathing. I could reel it back in.
Yeah.
And even though I was still moving, it's not like I stopped. I could reel it back in. And then just had command over it, and then it just wasn't even a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, it's real interesting, all the different stuff. Like I told you, I've been stretching less, but I don't feel like I need it. Mm-hmm. And I feel better. And, again, like a lot of that stretching and mobility stuff, you're trying to get rid of, tension. A lot of that tension is probably just inflammation. Mm-hmm. Like what is... And so you address that inflammation, and all of a sudden, oh man, I don't have to spend so much time working on my mobility stuff to feel good and recover and not have to, feel like things are starting to break down. So it's been, I've been feeling really good. And when I went into this, I actually had like a hip flexor thing that was bugging me. And so like that thing is gone, and I feel... I feel really good physically.
I'm kind of using it. Like I got to check this out. You can see my rib sticking out.
Yeah.
See, it's not on that side. Look at that side. So I had to pop my rib out like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Training with Kevin.
Yeah.
And it's been nagging. Like it hasn't been great. So I've been using this. I almost think about trying to like massage my core muscles with the oxygen.
Yeah.
I want to pressurize the system. Like I'm kind of using this to there's tension there. There's inflammation. The rib's out of place. It's not good. So if I relax things in there, maybe it'll allow it to kind of set back into place.
Yeah.
Whether that's scientific or not.
Man. Well,
I don't know.
Dude, who knows? And but that just even that starts to develop, and a level of body awareness has got to be good. Mm-hmm. That's probably the hardest thing, man. Most people, I mean, I can see, like you said, until you've done it, like it sounds like a bunch of hokey weird shit.
It sounds super weird. It's weird to talk about. But yeah, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to find somebody like, or, my friendship, find somebody that you really trust that's balls deep into it. And like, just do it. And then you just trust them. Like, all right, man, I'm just going to try it.
Yeah.
And that's what it took for me to try it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, same thing here. Yeah. My buddy Mark, like if he hadn't had the results, and so that was, yeah, man, it's, but it does. You feel, most people don't have just the body awareness. They never worked on their breathing. So I think about that, man. It's like starting jiu-jitsu without having any fitness background at all. That's totally different than starting jiu-jitsu with some sort of background, even if it's just lifting weights or something like that. Like it's gonna be different. Your curve is gonna be a different grade than someone who comes in and has never done anything physical in their life. I mean, yeah. So I think the same thing with the Wim Hof stuff. Like we're, experiencing some pretty good results right off the bat, but I can see why people would try it and not necessarily think that it works, because it takes a level of just body awareness and willingness to kind of just let go and just let things be and explore that I think it scares some people. Like it being alone with yourself, like sitting there holding your breath, and it's just you, man. It's not a sensory deprivation tank. I thought about this the other day. Like it's not the same thing, but it's similar. Because you are like in this weird, isolated space, Yeah,
and you're not thinking about anything else. You're just in that moment of how your body feels and what's going on. Like, you're not worried about what you're going to do when you get done. You're not worried about what you did before.
Well, you can, but then you notice that like, oh, this isn't working.
Right.
And so, but again, so Matt, like, and you've had some practice in the past, just with some meditation and kind of that whole idea of like, oh, I gotta recognize when thoughts pop up and let them go, otherwise it's gonna sabotage me. People who've never done that, right? And they hold their breath and they're like sitting there like thinking about their boss being mad at them, and they can't hold it for more than 30 seconds, and they're like, this is bullshit, man, this doesn't work. And it's like, dude, you got a ways to go. Like, you just need to relax and suck at it, man. Like, you're gonna suck at it. It's just like jiu-jitsu, man. You're gonna suck. Just relax. Like, you may not pick it up as quickly as some other people, but that's fine. You will pick it up, right? At the end of it, it's not who fucking, just like with jiu-jitsu, man. At the end, it's not who was the best at the beginning. It's who stuck with it to the end. And if you may not be getting it right off the bat, and Kiele's been coming around, she'll tell you, like, she's real happy. She said several times, like, man, I'm glad I just stuck with it. And I'm glad I had you telling me what it could be like, what was on the other side if I just stuck with it. And so, she's starting to get to that point where she's starting to experience the same things.
Did she start at the same time? Or are you guys in like
we
5 or 6? Where are you at?
Yeah, we're on week 6 or 7. I think this is week 7 coming up. So, yeah. Because week 5 was the push-ups, and then week 6 was last week. So this is week 7 coming up. And I had done it for maybe like 2 weeks, I guess, before we started the course. And that's when she started doing it. I think she may have tried the breathing like once or twice before the course. But yeah, we've been doing about the same time. I've had a little bit longer.
And you guys are doing the same course I am. You got the fundamentals thing, right? Through the app or through his website?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's it. So just following that. But yeah, no, man. It's just like anything else. Just because you start and you're not getting it and you're not like kicking ass right off the bat, man, trust the people who have gotten through and are experiencing some things that, like, if you just stick with it, man, just stick with it. Just keep holding your breath, then you'll eventually get to that point, man. You will. Matt, it's not where you're at in a week or 2 weeks. I've been thinking about that, man, because some days I'll have better days than others.
Yep.
Dude, I've had like some days that are like, dude, I've gone fucking deep, man, like really fucking deep, and you're like, dude, I want it to be like that every fucking time.
Yeah, it's hard to replicate. I'm at that point even within a session, to where I can nail it, and I guess nail it, just one way to put it, to where you feel good, you go deep. And then I have other mornings to where whether I'm stressed and I just can't quite get in the right headspace, and I still go through the motion, I still do it, but it's definitely not as beneficial. It's not the same.
Yeah. But I just tell myself, man, it's like, it can be a little frustrating in the moment, but I'm just like, if I just keep doing this, where am I going to be at in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years? So these I don't even want to call them bad sessions, but the ones that aren't as great, that you need them, man. Like those bad sessions, I'll just call them that, right? Like you got to get some of the bad sessions out of the way to get to the point. It's just like,
just like jiu-jitsu.
Just like jiu-jitsu, man. You got to get the bad reps. When someone shows you an arm bar the first time and you don't really understand exactly what's going on, start banging out fucking reps, man. Like the worst thing you can do is sit there and overanalyze a situation and get like 2 reps in, before the class is over because you're fucking overthinking the goddamn thing. Like just go, just move, man. Like put some thought into it. But you got so many bad reps between you and figuring this out. Just get them the fuck out of the way, man. So yeah, same thing with the breathing. You may have some bad sessions between you and figuring it out.
You just gotta do it.
But just do it, man, because you will figure it out. Like one day you will be, fucking good at holding your breath. Dude, it's funny. I'll be honest, like, lack of oxygen, like drowning to me is like one of the worst goddamn things that I can imagine, like worst ways to die. Like just not being able to breathe. And so I was a little intimidated by the breath holds, because we've talked about it before, like it's hard to hold your breath for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're trying, and you're fighting instincts and stuff. It's not fun. And then you're like, oh, I'm supposed to like do this method where I have to hold my breath
on the exhale.
On the exhale, and I'm supposed to go for like a minute or more, and I mean, it sounded somewhere between intimidating and scary, right? Like I'm not gonna say scary, but it was a little bit more than just intimidating. Like there was a little bit of a little tinge of fear behind, like, man, what the hell is this gonna be like holding my breath? I was really like intimidated by it. Like, is this just going to be an unpleasant experience? And I just got to force myself to do it. And man, I remember the first time I did it, and he goes, he's talking on the bubble breathing app, relax, let the feel, blah, blah, blah. And then it was 1 minute. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm not struggling here at all. Like, this is not me holding my breath. This is something different. And yeah, I remember that moment right there. Like it was really weird, man. Like I was like, and then he's like, let the body do what it is capable of doing. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, yeah, like this is so, yeah. Anyways, because holding your breath, like something that tells you like you're going to have to hold your breath for a long period of time. If you're not doing that because it is intimidating, again, it may just be like a weird random thing that I'm in the minority with that, but it's it's pleasant, man. It's not the same thing as some unpleasant breath hold.
No, it's part of my reservation and hesitation in getting into it was, one, I wasn't good at holding my breath because I would just try it, just with no context or no game plan. There'd just be like, oh, because you would tell me about it, like, oh man, I made it 2 minutes or whatever. I'm like, all right, man, can I hold my breath? I just try it. I'm driving down the road or something, you know what I mean? Like, just take a big deep breath in and hold, and then 30 seconds for you, like you're struggling. I'm like, dude, this is terrible. Do I want to really get into a whole program of doing this? Like, am I just going to continue to be shitty at this?
Yeah.
But it's not that.
No.
It's something totally different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't, because generally if you tell someone to hold a breath, you see them, they take a big deep breath in and they squeeze. You got all this tension in the system.
Nope.
Like, no. Like, there's no tension.
No.
Yeah, it's the opposite of tension.
It's totally relaxing.
Totally relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good. Yeah, I'm sold, man. I see it being part of my future stuff.
I want to get, again, I'm a rookie at it, and I'm just now slightly getting more comfortable with the breath holds, and I want to get to like really whim level with the cold.
Yeah.
Like eventually, I've already kind of been keeping my eye out on Craigslist for an old freezer.
Yeah.
An old chest freezer that I can turn into ice dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some guys do that. It's really easy. You just you take some Flex Seal and some tape and, seal up the seams. And then it's nice if you have a working freezer because that way you don't have to go buy bags of ice all the time.
Right, yeah.
So if you just buy an old shittier freezer that maybe that doesn't work real good, but enough to get the water nice and cold, and you seal it up, pour some water in there and plug that thing in, and you get the water nice and cold. That's where my brain's going right now. So I can have an ice dunk set up at home.
I've been thinking about that. I know it's coming as part of the homework. Like an ice dunk of some sort. So I've been kind of keeping that in the back of my mind.
I've almost bought on more than one occasion, like went to Murdoch's or Farm and Fleet.
Right,
One of those big horse troughs.
Yep.
And
dude, we almost looked at getting one of those for a pool. We were having trouble finding a pool. Keely's like, we should get one of those. I'm like, that's a giant horse trough, man. I mean, you can use it, but it's...
I've almost bought one of those on more than one occasion for that purpose.
Yeah.
But the problem with that, you just got to buy bags of ice, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So I think in the long run, an old shitty freezer would be the move.
Yeah.
If you can find one.
Yeah. I've got one of those soaking bathtubs. I think that's probably what I'll end up doing is just filling it up with cold water and dumping all the ice I've got and trying.
And that works. That
It'll
definitely
work.
works.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But see, I just got a regular bathtub, so it's hard. It's hard to get.
I can't get my whole body.
I can't get fully submerged and stretch out or anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can't quite get everything in there. It's just a regular old bathtub. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah. No, I either have to have like my feet out,
or
I can have my knees up. Yeah, I can get the rest of me in pretty good, but I got to make some compromise somewhere, so it's not 100%. So yeah, we'll keep me posted on that. We'll do some ice bath or ice dunk.
I think the freezer is the way to go. An old freezer.
Yeah,
that's my thought right now. Anyways.
Yeah, that's been my motivation when I go to these, the river or wherever we've been going to. We went to Rifle Falls and. Where did we go? Went to Moab, to the river, and then, it was the Mill Creek Falls hike. So it's funny, man, over the last 3 weeks, we've gone somewhere where the opportunity to dunk myself in really cold river water has presented itself. And again, that's a little, because it's constantly flowing. So, even those ice dunks, because they have those, real high-tech ones that keep the water moving, because, the water around you will eventually warm up. And so if you keep the water moving, then the water temperature is always that as cold as it can be. And so, when you're in something that's cold and got that moving water, it's you don't get that chance to kind of warm the water up around you. But I don't think it's quite ice dunk cold yet. It's pretty cold, but I'm looking forward to that, I guess, if I want to say that. But that is, people have bitched quite a bit about how much I hate the cold before. So that was another one where I was like, man, do I really? Because I've done the whole cold shower thing. It's like, do I really want to do that?
And you and I think we've kind of experienced that the same way. We've both done it, but we haven't fully embraced it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always been a mental struggle. To all right.
Without the breathing, it's just different.
It's just different. We're both just stubborn enough to where we can just will ourselves to do it.
Yeah.
But it was never great, and obviously because we didn't stick with it.
Right.
So I'm thinking this time around, if we get the breathing dialed in, it'll be just almost like a non-issue.
Oh yeah.
Just be this is just what I do.
Yeah.
And it's not a super. You don't have to challenge your discipline every time you do it.
No,
just,
man. Yes. By this point, see, I do this cold first now. Because again, just where I'm at with the program I'm supposed to do, it's a minute and a half or 2 minutes cold. And then you can do warm and then finish off with 3 minutes cold. And I can do the cold shower. Getting in straight cold is definitely a challenge.
That's a different thing.
It's a challenge. And
you step your leg into the shower and it hits it first, you're like, fuck, this is cold.
Yeah. I don't even do that, man. I just get in.
Oh, you get in and turn on? Okay,
yeah. I started that because I would go from the hot to the cold, and then it would get cold, and I get myself charged up, and I kind of get my legs and my hands in, and that helped me. But man, getting in first thing, and when it's cold, I found that was harder.
So you kick it on cold? You just you're standing there underneath the spigot, and you just
I turn it on, I let it get going, and then I get my breathing going. And then when I'm all charged up, I get my freaking blood where I want. And, again, the thing is I had this epiphany the other day. dude, I'm fine. Like, shut the fuck up. It's not cold. You're not gonna die.
Right.
You're not gonna lose a limb. Like, this is nonsense.
Not gonna hurt, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're not gonna hurt yourself. This is a totally wacky response that you're having to this stimulus, man. Like, cut it out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I set my intention, like Wim says, and I just get the fuck in, and just you deal with that initial shock, but if you're charged up and you use your breathing, you can like stuff that shock. Like it doesn't go all the way up the spine. Like if
and create that tension.
Yeah, and then that's when you start fucking shivering. And it's like, if you're able to meet that initial shock and for just lack of a better descriptive term, man, just like push the tension back down and relax, then it's like, okay, all right. And after about like 30, 45 seconds, it's not too bad.
It's nothing.
It's not too bad, yeah. So, and I've been doing the contrast just because, I like it, and turning it up like super hot. And again, I'm not just going warm, man. I'm going like hot.
Like almost scalding yourself hot.
Yeah, where it's
See,
like,
I haven't done that yet. I haven't gone like hot. Like I'll go warm and then cold.
Right. Well, coming out of the cold, it's different.
Yeah.
Right. When you're cold, and so then I want that. I want to shock the system because again, when it's cold, the extremities contract and the blood goes to the core, and then when it gets super hot like that, it's going to have the opposite reaction. And then and again, using your breathing and stuff to kind of with the heat, it's not nearly as hard as the cold.
No.
And then, man, you pump it back to the cold, and it is just nothing. It's just like, I mean, like you said, I could sit there all day. I get out because my time's up, and it feels good. It's not. I was thinking about that this morning, man. It's not a struggle. Like I'm enjoying it. I like the cold, and so yeah, like you said, you get to the point where, man, the idea of just ending with a hot shower, like almost sounds.
No, I've been ending all my showers now for the past at least week. Like it's almost as cold as they can get.
Yeah.
Like I just kick it on cold, and I charge my system up. And basically, as I'm soaping and shampooing, I'm breathing and charging my system up. And then the rhythm I've got into now is like I get charged up and I'm all soaked up, and then that's how I rinse off. Is I kick it over to cold, and then I rinse off in the cold.
I'm just giving you guys some choice just in case he starts streaming on anything.
All right, man. I appreciate that. He's
out.
pretty conked out at the moment.
I can tell.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. That's it is. I'm pumped you did it. I knew you would. I just had to keep.
I just had to.
Yeah, I knew
finally
you'd like
just
it.
pull the trigger and
as
do
soon
it.
as you did it, you'd be like, oh, all right, man, this is it. So, just had to push it hard enough. So, awesome. Yeah, and I got somebody to talk to about it. Because, like you said, it's weird trying to talk to other people.
It is weird because, it seems hokey. Just say, hey, I'm listening to myself explain it and talk about it, and just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Man, I'm convinced that there's something there. Like, even beyond just the scientific metabolic shit. Like, if you think about it, like, humans have used breathing and stuff to go into, like, these trance-like states and using the, have you gotten to the point where he starts busting out his guitar?
He did this past week, the week number 2, in like the self-guided.
Yeah.
Or not the self, but the one that it's like an hour-long video.
Yep. Yeah.
And he takes you through a few
Yeah.
rounds of the breathing.
Yep.
Yeah, as you're doing a round or two of breathing, he breaks out the guitar and singing about the breath and all kinds of shit.
But dude, it's weirdly like, it's weird, man.
It's like kind of like hypnotic.
It is. It totally is. Yeah. Again, it sounds hokey, right? You're like, fuck, dude, I'm getting like connected to Wim singing about the breathing and shit. But it's like there is the, we started actually, I do it to just music. Like I just looked up like Wim Hof breathing music and found like a 50-minute long, it's just like the drums and some stuff. And I've been experimenting with different stuff. Like we've been doing like a Tibetan monk chant one, and I had like a Native American flute one. And so I've been experimenting with like different types of music and stuff and things that are connected with that. And it's interesting. I mean, it is, like the the Tibetan monk ohms are different than, Wim with the guitar, which is different than the drums music. And so it's, but dude, fucking humans have been doing that forever, man. forever.
Yeah.
Like using certain types of music and rhythms and beats in connection with, you know, breathing and other things to produce these altered states of consciousness. Throw in some fucking peyote or ayahuasca or whatever your region's psychedelic of choice was, and it makes sense, man. Like there's that you feel connected with it on this level that in today's society you feel weird talking about. Mm-hmm. You feel hokey. You're like, I know that the fucking spirit world isn't real, but
go get your wood beads.
Yeah, exactly, man. You're gonna fucking, you know, smudge the fucking room before you start doing your breathing with your sage and all that stuff, and it's like, oh man. But yeah, that's the tough thing, because there's a lot of wacky woo-woo shit out there. But man, I'll just say it, like, I definitely feel like there's something, like you're connecting with something on a different level than just the normal, everyday, normal state of consciousness. And again, it goes back to like, you are in an altered state of consciousness. Mm-hmm. So whether what you're experiencing is simply just because of the different hormonal and internal environment you're creating, or whether you're maybe teaching yourself to tune into some things on a different level, like, you know, whatever, but there's definitely something going on. Mm-hmm. So,
I'm speculating he's got to go pee or something.
Oh man,
just woke up from a nap.
Yeah, you gonna go out there?
I bet.
We got puppy needs help. Fucking hey, man.
That's pretty good. Because he just woke up from his little nap and he went over. I seen him sniff. I was like, dude, he might piss right here. And then he sat by but he knew that was the door, and he just sat down like.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's getting trained pretty quickly. Like I said, he watches Akka.
Yeah, they pick up pretty fast.
Yeah, I remember Akka learned pretty quick the whole, I go in the yard. I don't poop and pee in the house. So hopefully he's teaching him that. I had something else, man, that I wanted. I had Wim Hof. That was definitely fucking on there. Oh, yeah, dude. CrossFit.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing. I don't really I don't want to turn this into a political thing, right? So, you know, Greg Glassman got in some heat for a tweet that was definitely not well timed. Mm-hmm. And, you know, again, without getting into the whole, like, political ramifications around that, because I don't give a fuck, right? Like, there's just so much, again, like, moral high ground with crazy stuff. But what the fuck's going to happen to CrossFit?
So, let me take it to the next level for you. Do you know who Andy Stumpf is?
God, that name sounds familiar.
So, former Navy SEAL. He's got a pretty popular podcast called Cleared Hot. Okay. Right now. He's been on Joe Rogan, you know, a handful of times. He's buddies with Joe. He worked very closely with CrossFit and Greg Glassman for a long time. And he separated from there a couple years back. Yeah. And he was actually like Greg Glassman's personal pilot. So he was, you know, working with him on a regular basis. And he parted ways because of the shit that went down there. That he didn't like it, and he never came out and spoke about it just because CrossFit headquarters and Greg Glassman seemed to be very litigious. Yes. Dude, he came out with a podcast this week.
Oh, really?
Fucking lays it out. And he's like, he was, dude, you gotta listen to it. All right. His podcast is really good, and he does this segment on Fridays called Full Auto Friday. And what he's done so far the past few weeks is he takes 5 listener questions and he sets a timer and he only gives himself 5 minutes for each question. Yeah. So he can get through listener questions. He answers like 5 questions, short little episodes. Well, this week he focused all on CrossFit. And he spoke in generalities. He didn't say anybody's name in particular except for Greg and some of the things he did. Dude, Greg, from this guy's opinion, Greg Glassman sounds like a shitty fucking person. Well, and basically he's like,
it's like what? So like in tune with the day of like racist, or just a shitty fucking human being who does things that
he specifically said, he goes, I did not ever see Greg make decisions based on skin color or race. but he did a lot of other really shitty things, like,
Yeah.
especially towards women. And Andy's kind of take on it was, he's like, if you're part of an organization and there's things that are going on and this culture develops, you not saying anything and just going along with it is the same as condoning it.
Yeah.
And he's like, eventually that's why I had to leave. He's like, because there was a lot of really shitty things that Greg would say and do, especially to his female employees. He's like, eventually I couldn't take it. And he's like, when we parted ways, he's like, well, let me back up. He said a lot of times what they do too, CrossFit HQ, they start paying these people really well.
Yeah.
So people don't want to leave because they have a hard time replicating that pay in the outside world.
Right.
Any other, you're not going to match it.
Yeah.
And when you do leave, they usually want you to sign a really hefty NDA, so you're not putting them on blast. So when he left, they were going to give him a large chunk of money to go along with signing an NDA, and he wouldn't take it. He said, I'm not going to take it.
Yeah.
And when he came out with this podcast just yesterday, he's like, it would not surprise me if CrossFit comes after me, because he talked about some shit. He's like, if they come after me and try to sue me, he's like, but he said it some to the effect like, let me tell you this, CrossFit HQ, I'm ready to die on this moral hill. He's like, if you guys come after me, I'm prepared. And he's like, I spoke in very broad general terms today. He's like, that wasn't because I didn't have the other information. He's like, I did that intentionally. He's like, so if you guys are wanting to go to war, he's like, I said, I'm going to die on this moral hill. And he's like, you guys don't want me to put out there what I know.
Yeah.
And, dude, that was in my opinion, that's a huge blow to CrossFit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whatever happens, whatever shakes out from there. But
right.
yeah, you might want to listen to that, dude. His podcast is pretty good too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'll check that out. But dude, it's funny. I'm pretty sure, because we can go back, because this is a podcast, and check. I'm pretty sure when we were talking about who's the fucking yoga guy, Bikram,
yeah.
And we were talking about that documentary.
Yep.
I said I'm waiting for Greg Glassman to go down. I was like, he has all, like, he's the next, like, that the story coming out about him. It sounds like
the next cult
exactly
leader.
what. Yeah, exactly. He's the next cult leader. I remember watching that and thinking, like, dude, there's no way that Greg Glassman. He's in the same position. He is at the head of this giant organization where you've got sycophants, just, and you start to lose your sense of reality. Mm-hmm. And so, if you're a shitty person, there's certain things that keep that in check. And if all of a sudden those things aren't there, and yeah, you're going to be a shitty fucking person.
This is going to be magnified.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said, was that it looked to me that there were a lot of people who were ready to jump ship on CrossFit. Mm-hmm. And that the whole, heat that he took for the tweet that he made was really just kind of that communal excuse. Like, yes, that individually was insensitive and ill-timed and and whatever, but that by itself wasn't it.
It wouldn't justify that response.
No, man.
That was just kind of, where you're saying it's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yes.
Everybody was kind of done with it, and it was just the timing of it.
Yes.
Everybody's like, all right.
And that podcast coming out, it kind of confirms that. Like, okay, he was just a shitty person. Yep. He treated his affiliates like shit. Like, you could pay all this money to have this great CrossFit gym, and then they would sell another affiliate to a dude 2 blocks away. Like, they had it didn't fucking matter. Like, they just they weren't. So they treated their affiliates like shit. It sounds like he treated people like shit. Like, dude, he was not like this. He just started doing these crazy workouts with people in Southern California. Like, he wasn't this. I don't know how to put it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't surprise me. He's just a normal dude, mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you get thrust into this position where you've got all this power, and you've got like hot chicks probably just throwing themselves at you constantly, and you just start treating all women like that's how they're supposed to be towards you. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, that's a shitty thing to do. And that does not surprise me one bit, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but it's like you look at the pattern and you're like, man,
history repeats itself, man.
The amount of people who can handle that situation and not come out with some sort of shit on them is a very small list. It's just, as humans, we're not really wired to be put in those positions. We just don't know how to handle them, man. So it's that's interesting.
Yeah, Rogue, Jump Ship, Reebok.
Yeah.
Which are two here. Like, those two companies, Rogue and Reebok, go hand in hand with CrossFit.
Oh,
They are CrossFit.
Yeah, the CrossFit Games, like that was
Rogue,
based all
Reebok CrossFit Games, the Rogue CrossFit Games, like that.
Basically, you saw all Rogue equipment and athletes wearing Reebok shit. And you had the CrossFit athletes and the Reebok stuff with the Rogue equipment. Like, that's what CrossFit Games were.
Yep.
So you take away 2/3 of that equation, and a lot of the athletes are saying they're not going to compete in CrossFit Games anymore. Hearing that, like, my prediction changes, because I thought that if it was just the Floyd, his Floyd 19 tweet, that there was a possibility that 5 years down the road, CrossFit might ride this out. And you might see CrossFit kind of back to, maybe not the same place, but back as a big organization. And all these people who jump ship over this are kind of sitting on the outside like, oh, fuck, man. Like, maybe we overreacted. And, but no, if that is true and he's just a general piece of shit, then that changes things completely, because they're not going to ride that out. Like, they're CrossFit as a business. It's going to be wild, man, to look at, like, where they were and, like, where they're going to be in in a year. Dude, I'll bet it's going to be staggering.
I can't even begin to predict. From what I've heard so far is that Dave Castro, who was basically Greg's right-hand man, I think Greg's stepping down as CEO. He still owns the company. He still has controlling shares.
Yeah.
So how much is really going to change?
Yeah.
The culture comes from top down.
But even if they did change it, like, how many people are going to be like, we're not going to profit that guy?
Right, exactly.
He's still a piece of shit. Just because he put somebody in charge to change things.
He's still owning the controlling shares of it.
He's got to go. That's the only way CrossFit.
But Dave Castro's going to run the day-to-day, from what I understand.
Yeah.
That's not going to change anything.
No. Well, I mean, the only way I can see CrossFit, as long as Greg Glassman has any stock, any interest at all in CrossFit, it's going to be a bad thing. Like, so, I mean, maybe, like, I'll bet like 90+% of the money and affiliates and people are going to go away. And, but if they're able to get rid of him, somehow, like, he sells it, like, or something to someone else, and you have, like, an independent third party who takes it over. Yeah. I can see that, it coming out the other side. But yeah, Greg Glassman's, he's got the fucking scarlet letter on him, man.
Yeah,
well deserved, man. If he's a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, and it's a bummer. I mean, we dog on it a lot, but just from a spectator standpoint and just a human performance standpoint, I like CrossFit as a sport. Not necessarily for me to partake in it, but to watch. What those people can do,
it's impressive.
It's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds ridiculous to watch it as a sport, because you're just basically watching people work out. But I dig it. These are very special athletes, very special human beings that can put their bodies through that and attain that level of fitness. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's straight up fucking insane. I like to watch it. Like the CrossFit Games, the different competitions, man. Like, it's entertaining for me. And there's, it turned itself into, a decent level of professional sport, to where people were making a living off it and dedicating their life to it.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, damn, what's going to happen to those people?
Yes.
Like, I feel really bad for those people. Like, I hope the sport continues somehow, just for my selfish reasons and for those people's reasons. Like the Matt Frazier's, Tia Toomey, who won the games last year, she's also an Olympic athlete, for Australia. She was in the Olympic weightlifting team. So she's a really special athlete, and she'll have other avenues, but, like Matt Frazier, he's the guy who's won it the past, like, 3 years now for guys. Like, he's the one who basically took over the throne when Rich Froning stopped competing as an individual. And I really like watching him compete, and he's just a no-nonsense fucking just a badass.
Dude, he looks so much like fucking Nick.
He does.
Yeah.
He does, but...
OG Nick.
But I wonder, I feel bad for him. Like, dude, like, where does that guy go? I mean, he's made a lot of money, and he's a smart, successful dude. He can do a lot of things, but... But that's just basically like like a LeBron James. All of a sudden, like, oh, the NBA doesn't exist anymore.
It is, man.
Like, oh, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
you've spent your whole. These guys. I mean, this sport's not as old as that, but it's like you spent your whole life or so many years of your life dedicating to being the best in the world at this. Now you're best in the world at something that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Dude, I watched this documentary on foosball last night. Have you seen it?
No.
So it's weird.
You're talking like the game where you twist the knobs.
It's
like soccer.
Yeah,
with the sticks.
table soccer.
Okay.
Foosball is German for soccer.
Okay.
And so, or football, I guess, because that's what they call soccer. Anyways, foosball kind of had something similar happen. Because, dude, at one point there was a fucking tournament. Like, people could make legitimate money on foosball.
Really?
It was like $1 million fucking tournaments. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, they would have halls filled with like 400 foosball tables. It was like the World Series of poker.
Oh, I had no idea.
But it was foosball. And, it was insane, man. And so you had people who literally were dedicating their lives to this game. Man, when you see what a good foosball player can do, you realize, like, you didn't realize that there was levels like this. You just had no clue. Like, think about the best foosball player you've ever seen, and he wouldn't even be able to compete with these people. It's fucking weird. And
that's insane.
Yeah, they're watching film and breaking all this shit down. And so, the tournament built and the money was building and it was growing in popularity, and then video games happened. And video games were more profitable, easier to maintain, and so easier to feel like you knew what you were doing with them. And so that was the death of foosball. But you had these athletes that had literally dedicated their lives to this sport, and they thought they were going to be making a living off of this sport. Like, they were getting, there were tournaments where the winners would get a fucking Porsche and a cash prize. Like, legitimate fucking money, man.
Holy, I had no idea.
Yeah, me neither. I had no clue. I'm watching it and just like my jaw's on the floor. Like, I had no clue that foosball was once at this level. And I was like, what killed it? That's why I was watching, like, what killed it? And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Video games. But again, you had these athletes that they were interviewing who were like, yeah, man, I remember when 400 tables and I won a car and all this shit. And then it's like, overnight, it was just gone.
It doesn't exist.
Gone. He was like, I went from being the best in the world at something to making $5 an hour working at a lumberyard. And I was like, dude, that's got to be really tough to imagine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have some of these people, and it's probably not going to be the people at the very, 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 very top, but there's people at like the middle to lower end who were making some money off of just the CrossFit, being in the CrossFit games, and just
sponsorships.
Yeah, you're gonna have people who were scratching out something resembling a living off of being a CrossFit competitor. That's gonna be gone, and they're gonna have to get a regular job and work a regular job, and until something else comes along, because. Like, that's the thing, without that banner, without that recognized banner, like, these are CrossFit athletes. You're like, what are they now?
What are they?
What are they now? And if they don't have something that the public readily recognizes and that you can leverage, your marketability
There's no money in it.
There's no money in it for marketers.
Yeah, so no companies are going to sponsor you.
Right.
There's no return on their investment.
Right. What are they going to market you as?
Exactly.
If you're not a CrossFit Games champion, well, then what the fuck are you? Just really good at exercising?
Yep.
And, that's... So until somebody steps up and something comes in to replace that, and even then, it's going to take some time for that public recognition to build back to the point where, like, say Rogue they decide to start sponsoring some sort of CrossFit style games, and that's where everybody goes. It's going to take a few years until the Rogue games get the same public recognition as the CrossFit games, and people are like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, and I care what supplement that Rogue Games champion takes.
Right.
Like, right now, they're like, wait a minute, why do I care about this guy? Because, that's the thing. Like, are they even going to associate them? Like, do you say that I am a former CrossFit Games champion?
Right.
Or is that giving recognition to CrossFit, which is this, like, evil organization? Yeah, you don't even want to be associated with it. You don't want CrossFit on your gym. Everybody's taking CrossFit off their gym.
And that's another thing I was thinking about that's concerning just for people I know.
Gyms.
The gym owners, like the gym industry's got crumpled by this COVID-19, pandemic.
Yeah.
And then now this, fuck, what's that gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you this will be the nail in the coffin. I hate to say it, but for a lot of CrossFit gyms out there. Because a lot of them they operate on barely in a margin anyways.
Right.
You know, it's not like a huge money-making deal. A lot of people do it just because they love it. Hopefully they make enough money just to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Really, and pay a few coaches. I mean, they're not making a ton of money doing them. And then, so they've had to shut down because of this pandemic. And then now this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Well, you may be able to change your name and survive right off the bat, right? So if you go from like, CrossFit, whatever, to just community
Extreme fitness or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like your current members may feel, okay, hey, that was good. You really, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if you make that move, you're going to have some people out there who are going to quit because they think it's all bullshit. Mm-hmm. So like no matter what move you make, you're not going to keep all of your members.
Nope. You're
going to piss somebody off. And so you just make the move that you feel is like, lets you sleep at night, I think is the thing. And so you change your name and it's not immediately, but the problem is, again, like CrossFit had recognition. It had some weight with the public. So when people started working out, they're like, dude, I want to do CrossFit.
Right.
Okay, I need to find a CrossFit gym.
Right.
Oh, that's a CrossFit gym near me. I'm going to go check them out. That's what's not going to happen anymore. People are going to be like, oh, I want to work out. And that whole easy thought process from CrossFit to CrossFit gym is gone.
Yep.
And there's going to be a lot of clients that are going to that would have come to a CrossFit gym simply because it was a CrossFit gym, who are going to end up going to other places because they're going to weigh out what they want based more than just on that. And so some people are going to end up going to other places. So that's what's going to, really hurt these gyms, the ones that were really relying on the CrossFit name to keep new people coming in the door. Now what are you going to do? Now you got to learn how to fucking market yourself and be your own.
It was kind of this own built-in marketing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's built-in marketing.
If people you move to Grand Junction, you just type in CrossFit Grand Junction.
Yeah.
You see your gyms pop up.
Yep, exactly.
But now that's going to be gone.
And that's what people were paying for that name for. And that's why people were putting up with all the bullshit, because that name was worth so fucking much that they were willing to put up with all this bullshit. And it finally it was too much bullshit. So, yeah. It's interesting, man, because CrossFit and Advocare used to go hand in hand. Yep. And we have seen the massive change / downfall of both of those fucking companies within the last year or so. Yep. I mean, it hasn't been much more than that. It hasn't been 2 years. It's been within the last 18 months or so. Yep. But that is, I was thinking about that the other day too. That's really interesting that both those companies have gone through that, and they used to be
hand in
hand, man. You'd go to a CrossFit gym and they would get you hooked up on your fucking Spark.
Yep, because basically, from what I saw, there was many.
That's where a lot of CrossFit gym owners were making their money.
CrossFit gym owners basically used their gym as a recruiting tool for Advocare.
Yes. Yeah. The gym was breaking even, but you were making money on the supplements, and then you're down.
We know a guy here in town specifically that did that.
Yeah.
That he wasn't the only one. That was a very common recipe.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. So, the fitness landscape's going to be very different in a few years. Like, without CrossFit there is a vacuum.
Yep.
And something's going to step up and take it. And who knows, man? Maybe fucking bar
fitness.
The fucking ballet bar
I really think it's going to be, especially with this pandemic and then this shit going down, I think it's going to be a lot of the home fitness equipment. It's already blowing up. I think really. I think a lot of people are going to be going that route. Like your Pelotons and things along that.
Yeah.
To where you buy that. The Pelotons, the exercise bike, you got the video up front. You can
that
follow
fucking
classes.
mirror thing. Have you seen that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That thing on the wall. That I think it's going to go that way. Like the PRX stuff I got at home. Wall mount squat racks and.
Yeah.
I think that's the future right now.
Yep.
For fitness.
No, I agree, man. People they got forced to work out at home, and they, you're gonna have. There's definitely people who working out at home is just not gonna be for them.
Right.
But you had I'll guarantee you a significant percentage of people that had gym memberships who realized that, oh, wait a minute, I actually work out if I have shit at home instead of just paying my $20 a month and never going and working out. And so, this isn't too bad. I don't need this gym membership. And so, yeah, that'll be interesting too, because a lot of these gyms, they operate on this ridiculous model of overselling memberships and having expectation that a lot of people won't come in and use the gym. So now what are you going to do when a big percentage of those people fucking quit because they realize I don't need this bullshit anymore. I can work out at home. If I'm not going to go to the gym, I may as well just do something at home.
Yep.
So, dude, the gym is such a... I'm trying to think, like... I don't know. I used to love going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt like that was like my third home. Or, you know, the third place or whatever before, you know, the term Starbucks made popular for that. But that was like, you know, you had home, you had your work, and then you had like that other place where people knew your name, like your Cheers or whatever. And that was my original gym. It's like, you know, now that's, you know, the jiu-jitsu.
Your jiu-jitsu fills that role now.
Yeah, exactly. But at one point, man, that going to the gym was, you saw the same dudes working out at the same time, and you got your routine going. You knew the person at the front desk, and
that same way, man.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a young adult, you know, first time I had like a real gym membership. You know, it was at a Powerhouse Gym in Flint, Michigan.
Nice.
That was it, man. Oh yeah, the same routine. I knew the guy who owned it. You know, because you kind of turn up training at the same time every day, so you see the same people, and you start to know the trainers there, and the normal group of people that are there, and sharing tips, and oh yeah, like because it's your little community.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it is that is cool, man. There's there's something to that. I mean, people need that, and that's what, you know, the CrossFit model did so well. They took that and like hypercharged it.
Yeah, the community aspect.
Yeah, exactly. It's like everybody's gonna be, you know, involved in that level for the most part. It's hard to walk into a CrossFit gym with your headphones on and your hoodie on and just with the leave me alone fucking attitude. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
So, but so there's still a place for gyms, man. I saw some article that said that the headline was, you know, do we even need gyms, or, you know, do we even need gyms to reopen, or, you know, basically it was one of those times when you realize, like, oh, I hear the word gym and I'm thinking of one thing, and you're saying the word gym and you're talking about another thing. Mm-hmm. And what he was basically talking about was like the big box gyms.
Right.
Like, do we
golds and whatnot.
Yeah, do we really need these motherfuckers to open back up? Because for the vast majority of us, they're just taking my money every month. I'm not actually going in and using the place. And, you know, I can get out and exercise. And, you know, why am I going on a treadmill to fucking go for a walk when I can walk around my block?
Exactly.
You know, so it's like this realization of like, and that's not untrue. I don't know if I could argue with that. Like, I think the big box gym model is stupid. But when I hear that, I think of places like, you know, small, you know, again, I hate, you know, you know, CrossFit Stoic here, or, you know, there are some good CrossFit gyms in this town. Like, they have some, you know, some people have been doing it long enough to develop good programs. And so, you know, I was trying to think, like, what's another gym that's not necessarily has, you know, a CrossFit gym, but like but that's a different thing. And so, like, we need places like that. Like, people need that. Like, we have jiu-jitsu, and as much as we wish everybody would fucking do jiu-jitsu, you know, maybe they're not, but they need something. And so for a lot of people, like, working out that's it. And you need that. Like, that's that psychological aspect of having a tribe and having some status in the tribe, and knowing what the little internal workings of the tribe are, and the rules and all the little unspoken things. Like, we need that stuff. We crave that stuff. Like, if we don't have that, we're not healthy. And so, yeah, but those kind of gyms we do need. But yeah, the big box gyms, like, I ran one of those things. It wasn't a name brand one, but it was, you know, one of those.
The same model.
Same model, yeah. You're like selling fucking $20 memberships to way more people than you know you can handle. I remember being like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, I'm sitting here selling a membership to someone on some level.
I hope you don't use it.
Hoping you don't actually come in and use it. And I just felt so wrong to me. So, and that has to change. But again, the motivation is a little off. People's definition of success is off. Like, the puppy's getting down on some stuff there, man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out, man.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It does suck.
Like, you know, because I was in that world, because when I moved out here from Michigan, the jiu-jitsu scene here was garbage. It just was non-existent.
Yeah.
There was some MMA meatheads. I've told the story a million times. It just wasn't there. And I lost my tribe. And I slowly developed one here, you know, teaching a gi class at the MMA gym. but it still wasn't the same. And then I got introduced to CrossFit, and basically, it wasn't even a real CrossFit affiliate yet. It was really 2007, 2008, and I kind of fell right into my tribe.
Yeah,
and then. So I found that, and then of course Advocare was part of it. You got swooped right up in that nonsense. But yeah,
oh, yeah.
So I experienced all that shit, man.
Yeah,
and it was because it filled that role. I lost my tribe, and then I discovered it there before a good jiu-jitsu community was built here.
Yeah, the community aspect's always been that like positive thing. It's like what makes something successful. Like McDonald's. There's a lot of bad things about McDonald's, but obviously they're doing something right because they're successful. And so, same thing with CrossFit. It's like, there was a lot of crappy shit going on. And really, I guess I kind of, you see it, man. Like, you don't have guys like Dan John. He used to be a CrossFit guy. Like, he was, associated with them and worked with the organization on some level. Like, you don't have guys like him leaving CrossFit if everything at CrossFit is hunky-dory.
Right.
And I've seen... a few people that I know leave CrossFit and it's just like, okay, something's not right there. And so I guess like hearing it come out in public, it's kind of like, man, I kind of knew something was crooked there for a long, long time. And so I'm kind of glad that it's coming out. It's always been a little maddening. Like that was the thing, man. Like if CrossFit was just doing everything above board and being successful, it's different than if they're doing things a little shitty and being successful. Like that's, you try not to fucking let other people worry about other people's success, but that just is a little harder to take. And so on some level, it's like, good, man, I'm glad now they're competing on a level playing field. Like people know who they really are. Now, do you really want to continue to contribute to their success? Because if you'd have known this in the beginning, I doubt you would have.
Right.
Right? So they developed a level of success based on a certain degree of deception to the people who were associated with CrossFit. So that's always, man, it's like the Bible says, whatever is hidden in the dark will be shown in the light eventually, man. Can't hide it forever. So, especially in this day and age. Everybody's got a podcast and social media. But...
Yep, interesting times, man.
Interesting times.
Interesting times.
I'm just going to keep doing my breathing.
Yep.
And jiu-jitsu and isometrics.
Yep. Seems to be a good recipe.
Yeah. Let the chips fall where they may.
Yep.
So.
Cool. I ain't got nothing else, man. What else you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. I think that's about it. What I got here.
Call it a wrap. Eat a little snack before we go train. You're not training today, though. You're spending some puppy time.
I am. I'm being a little bitch. I could go.
Man, it's understandable.
But, yeah. It's just.
I get it.
The new puppy in the family. It's fun to hang out with.
And you got to get a system set up for... because right now you can't really leave. You can't leave the puppy by himself.
No.
Yeah, not him and Akka. Like, what would happen?
Yeah.
Like, you got to get if you guys all want to leave, you got to get a crate. In my opinion, I believe strongly in crate training. Like,
yeah.
I think crate training for puppies is really good.
Yeah.
And it's good for them, too, because it gives them a sense of security and safety. It becomes a den. Like, I got a crate at home for Frank.
Yeah.
And he goes in there, and lays down and takes a nap. I don't even have a door on it.
Right, yeah.
But, and... I got him a little bit later in the game, but all dogs I've ever had, dude, I have crate trained.
Yeah.
They sleep in it at night. That's their little sense of security, man. They're wolves. They like to have a little den.
Yeah.
And it's good for them. So you got to get that. In my opinion, you get that. That way you can leave them alone and your house isn't getting chewed up and shit on.
Right, I know. Yeah. I know. I had that thought last night. I'm like, wait a minute. We can't just disappear for because it's basically like 4 hours. Because we're going back to the... 11 o'clock Grumpy Guy, and then the drill class, and then open mat, and then, got to drive there and drive back. And it's going to be 4+ hours before I get back.
You can't. Even if you had a crate, you can't leave him in there that long.
No.
He's too little.
No. So, I just got a level of responsibility I need to take.
You forget, and then you got like, oh, yeah. I got some logistics here to figure out how am I going to organize all this. Yeah.
It's not forever, though.
No.
They grow up so goddamn fast, really. Within a month, he's going to be a totally different dog. And I know it's like babies, man. That's why, when you have a baby, it's funny. If you don't have one, you wonder, why do parents talk oh, my kid is 16 months, why don't you say it's barely over a year? It's like, dude, at that age, every month there's so much development.
Significant.
It's totally different.
So that's why they do that with babies. I always wondered why, when they say how old's your kid, 18 months.
Yeah.
Like, how come?
Yeah. No, that's it. Because up until about 2 years old, like
there's a lot of development.
Each month is very different.
Okay.
And then once they get to be about 2 years old, it starts to, oh, he's 2.5.
Yeah.
You don't really hear people go like, oh, he's 26 months old or whatever. Yeah, it's usually.
I was going to try to bring that back this year. I turned 41. I was going to be, hey, I'm 496 months or whatever it is.
You say bring it back as if it was a thing. Do you know something about our history like foosball that I didn't know?
Now when everybody asks me my age, I'm just going to give it to them months.
That's good. Watch him try to do the mental math.
How old are you? I'm 492 months.
Then you just got to keep adding a month each month. You got to stay on top of it.
You got to stay on top of it.
This is the thing. Okay. Yeah, that's where I would.
I don't know if that's catchy or not.
It's not.
It's not. You're just telling me it's not.
No.
It's not going to catch on.
I don't think so.
Damn it.
No. Right. So, but on that note, I guess we'll leave it.
It's a good place to end.
Yeah, we'll let people.
I insulted your intelligence, and we'll leave them at that.
Exactly. So.
Cool.
All right, man.
All right.
Well.
See ya.
Go fucking Wim Hof, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Download the app. Check it out.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast.
Thank you all for listening. You can find us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Please make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. It really does help and will allow us to keep putting out episodes. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, hit us up at grumpyguybjj@gmail.com. Also, go to our website, grumpyguybjj.com, and get signed up for podcast updates and get our free BJJ Improvement Starter Kit. That's it for now. So get on the mat, train hard, and talk to you all next week.
With a permanent friend, a hermit now, cool. Doggy stool, foggy, cool. Got a froggy outside Molly dude. Melancholy Daisy Duke, hanging by the lace of their shoes. No trace of the tools, shaped into face. Fuck the rules, snooze you lose. One eye always open, in times two. No clue, but soon a brief monsoon might give you a view to choose. Stay tuned, include, won't conclude. To the end is near, beware there's consequences for what you do. To me, demon, a devil of many levels. I keep on feeding for several of them rebels. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I.